Hello, today is the 17th day of August 2019. It is a Saturday. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. Like always, all bets, trades, and of the like, within each his own risk and their own reward. So, this key Fibonacci line, or was a bunch of them, but the two in particular, the 98.14 and the 12,930, it's most certainly been where it is resisted and supported within since it got above it on June the 21st, which was the start of the summer solstice. August the 17th now, and that's pretty much two-thirds of the way through, close to it. So we've seen the entire summer just consolidating and congesting what has been a very good rally as it managed to just get past this, what was a 4,800 Fibonacci, that line that I had on there that I'd removed. But it just got through very rapidly. Breezed by, I'm trying to find the right term, but 63 and a half, it just nailed. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way of saying it. Let's just get on with that. And 98.14, obviously resisting past that on or getting past it on the 21st of June. So all the sideways momentum has just been, going neutral. Been above or below the 18 lows here on July the 2nd. We got above it here, below it, above it. Now we're below it. That's what happens in sideways and choppy markets. And until we break below the resistance or break below the support or above the resistance, then it's going to be within it, of course. It's going to stay within it. And, well, that's just sideways action. And if it breaks support, well, two layers I'll be looking at. One around the low 8,000, then below that at 63.40, breaking above the 12,930. Very short term level at 15,273, and then again the previous high at 20. If you're curious to how these lines are calculated, it's Fibonacci retracement from an exponential level, high divided by low, so 20,000 divided by about 3,100 and change. And then I put it to the root of the key numbers. This is 38.2%. 61.8% is 98.14, and 12,930 is a 76.4% level. So from point A high and point B low, technically the market has been bullish because everything below this level is bearish, which meant it was bearish all the way through here, and then getting above here, okay, neutral territory, and it got past neutral on June the 21st, but it has spent this entire summer supporting this level and resisting, of course, in here. Now, the last time it resisted it, it was a noticeable pierce below, but still relatively close to that level. As far as what's a favorite to break out, or below, well, I'd have to say just because you're near the lows, right now it's favored to break it down to the lower side, as it was favored down here, as it would have been favored down here, and as it would have favored when it was down here. But it would have been favored up here to break it to the upside, and it would have been favored up here to break it to the upside just because it was up so much at that time. And the law of mathematical percentages. But regardless of the fact, what we're going to have to do is manage risk at all times. To me, risk reward management is always job number one. And obviously, for trading, have a trade plan in place and then execute it accordingly. And so whichever works for yourself, that's pretty much all I want to go on it for now. But if it does break down below, I'm always going to be looking for the early signs of the failed breakdown, which is usually breaking of a key level. Of course, in here the key level is a low 9100 area, so around the 90 low 9000s, right around 91, 92. Breaking below that, going down to a significant level, probably is again low 8000s, and then is it able to quickly come back into congestion area. But when you see it go down, and if that's an if case scenario, it happens. Oh, it's at 87, 86, 84. Okay, well, that's now one of those either or situations because you could very easily have price action come down to 84.50, and then bullishly or bearishly it could come back up to this 98. Of course, on a bearish level, it would resist it and then probably have a quick retracement from that point, which is why when you're looking for a failed breakdown, what I like to see is okay, we say we'd have to have a move to like whatever number 86, but I want to see it hold and stay in congestion not just resist around 94, 95. Because if we rally back up there, that's where it becomes a very interesting situation at that point, because it's going to be one of those either ors when you go down there. And if we're going to make a move to 63, obviously you're going to have 83 come first. So when 83 gets hit, then what do we do from there? Do we go from 83 up to 98, then to 63, or does it just keep going down further? Because those markets can do just that, have fast moves. Polar opposite's true on upside too. For we go up to 15 too. Okay, do we come back maybe to around 12,000, or do we just keep going quickly to 20? Because obviously, if you see price action getting up there, that's a statement that it's looking to make. And breaking down below this, the statement that it's looking to make is a test of the 63.41 level. Let's move on to theta. And what's interesting is minimum size bets, as I like to call it. Bets, yeah, I like that term. They don't call it that. Trades, I guess, minimum size orders. And when we look at this, it's got a nice pattern on the 1 hour. This is something I like what we're seeing here. And I'm deciding right now that I want to make one of my ratio trades. And I want to do so at 11:18. It's been there relatively recent. Up in here. Yep, right up at this high. And when I take a look at my order book, last night I traded 219 of them at the 1095 market, 22 hours and 48 minutes. And right now I'm looking to sell some more. And I sold 103 at 1754.08. And then 6 seconds later, 179 more. And then 2 minutes and 7 seconds later, I sold 3. Minimum orders are 100,000 Satoshi worth of Bitcoin, which means you have to buy like at least, well, 10 would be, you almost have, minimum orders should be 90 something at this price. Yet how did someone buy 3? And in looking how the order book was played out, I'm the 1118, so this was somebody who bought off me, okay, and then someone sold off on the one. This is normal here. Okay, this is fine. So how did this happen? This really, really confuses me, and I'm sure it's some sort of trading bot action, but how it's allowed, and I don't mean how it's allowed for being a bot, but how it's allowed for the low numbers. As how did someone even? Because first of all, someone bought 1117 for 3 units. That would mean somebody would had to have put a sell order in of 3 units in at that price. And they would have had to done so after here. Actually, even after this trade here. And then they would have bought 3 of mine remaining, and I would have had still have some back. But again, if a minimum order, this was done in one time. There was only one trade at 1756.21. And if the minimum order is 100,000 Satoshi, 100 of them is 118,000 Satoshi. So you're looking at maybe even like high 80 something should be minimum trade. I've seen a lot of similar activities on other sites too, Poloniex and Bittrex in the past, where I've even seen on Poloniex where people are buying like 6 Satoshi worth of Litecoin at one time, or selling that much at one time, which can screw you over because technically you might get nothing back, literally, because it's such a small number first, whatever. But I have seen those come in yet. If they're minimum trade orders, then there are minimum orders, and I just don't know how other people are able to get away with that. Anyway, within this, we can still see this choppy action. This has been going on within theta. It's had a lot of this resistance in here, but here we have 1115 and 1085. It's not much, but it's 15 points differential. That's 30 points. 3%. Okay, well, that's all that's been available for basically the entire day. It's been a meh kind of trading day. So when we look at all the action that's happening, that's because we just had a lot of this sideways action. We could see the up moves that happen in here. Well, its volatility is so much more superior than what this whole thing that's going on. But what's been going on in here is an amazing setup for this 1 hour chart. As we can put in a little ray line in here, this little general area, which was resistance. It was here, but like whatever for that. But it was big, starting here, big level, pulls back to the 18. Number two, pulls back again to the 18 lows. And even within it, you have this period as well. But then we have another resistance hit here, pulls back to the 18 lows. Then we get up to it here, and it breaks above it. Establishes short-term resistance here, and then once all of this support here now, resistance is now support. And within it, we can see that it's really just holding it, but it's just a pattern for so long that seems poised for a significant break higher. And when we look at this on, say, like the 3 hour chart, all of this action in here, where it's just showing a lot of strength amongst the 18 average of highs, is in the same general area of all of this, which is resistance hit once, twice, and again, doing it right now, doing all of the last like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 even periods at the 18 highs. Let's get a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is period 8, showing strength at that such. With that being said, we got an hour and 40 minutes left, or this time frame. What is different about this period compared to all of the preceding ones before it? And to me, the answer is that, well, with the exception of maybe the absolute first period, the price action has held and stayed above the 18 average of highs. And really, well above the 18 average of highs, given that the 18 highs is in at, let me just get this exact number for this time frame. It says 1105. And the low is 10. So 5 basis points differential on the lowest price. We'll see if it's able to hold that through. But it's just, again, telling us that, oh, it's a nice little setup. Getting out and above 1139 area. That to me states, okay, there's a good chance we may go significantly higher after that. And in a situation like this, breaking above this resistance, I'd be looking probably at least a move to where we came from here. This would be the first level I'd be looking at. If we don't find resistance there, or we diddly around, come back, and then break it, I'd be looking for the next level of resistance to come in at this previous high, which matches up in here, roughly around the 1400 handle. But I like how after this move in here, it's correcting the 18 very well. So amongst the 8 hour, the three time frames in here, we got this nice little pause 2 periods ago, even one last one. But it looks like it's attempting to leave this 18 high after spending like 4 or so periods just chopping back and forth between the lows and the highs. So yeah, very good little setup. And as far as a daily chart is concerned, all this has done, showing the good setup, has been enough to neutralize the situation to band flattening out, as the 18 average of highs and lows is pretty much now confirmed going sideways. And yeah, getting above here, we'll be looking up resistance at 1400, breaking out above 1400, we'll be looking at this previous level here, around 1800. Breaking out above 1800, we got this previous congestion area around 23. Breaking out above 23, we got this previous area around 32, which coincides within this 32 and this, so 32, 34 area, 36. And then breaking above 36 is 5,000 and really around 5,000 because that's where it was there. Breaking above 5,000, it'd be a number north of that. And in conclusion, I'm thinking about creating a bit nice little crypto trading game. I might even write just a few little bit of extra tidbits, aka articles and small little features like that. But what I have on here, starting October the 7th, 2013, is every week taking a look at crypto prices and trading them. Now, this is all I've started is putting Bitcoin and Litecoin prices in to start, as well as the dates. I'll put in other cryptocurrencies as well, probably three or four more maybe. And what you'd be doing is trading Bitcoin against the dollar and other cryptos against the dollar and other cryptos against Bitcoin. I'll have sections here to display ratios and, of course, a portfolio wallet, how much they're worth against Bitcoin, how much they're worth against the dollar, so on and so forth. So if I push enter, we can see the prices would change. So October 14th, or 14th of December 2013, Bitcoin was 128, Litecoin was 243. Week after that, Bitcoin was 166, Litecoin $1.50. Prices are a little bit higher for them today. And thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.